Hello everyone, this is lesson number 6 from Serene about wire wrapping, and today we are going to make lovely earrings made of 2 elements. So let's see what we need for today. So here is the drop shaped bead around 3 centimeters length and small 6 millimeters very thin bead. So also we need the wires, copper wires, and the same tools as pliers and some stuff for polishing. So this is the first wire, the length is around 9 centimeters, and the second one is around 18 centimeters. And also we'll need a short little wire around 5 or 4 centimeters, so we'll get it a bit later on. So let's start with a big drop shaped bead. So watch what I'm doing now. Just I make a small tiny curl. If you are not using the gas fire to make drops on the ends of the wires, just make a tiny hook and squeeze it with the pliers just to make it flat and smooth and not really visible, just to make our earrings look accurate. So now this is the long end of the wire, and I need to make something like a not a loop, just I'm doing like that. If you see that, somewhere not in the middle, because we need a small tail of the wire, and I will show you now how it will look like. So you see like a drop shape on the top, and now I'm taking the round noses and do like that, just to create a lovely drop. So as you see, we have a tail in the end of the wire, so it's extra wire. We will need it to organize the bead, and if you will use only this element as the earrings, you will need a bit longer wire, maybe 3 or 4 centimeters longer. So now you will see what I already made. I used the anvil and the hammer just to squeeze the metal. I'm not doing it on the cam, because if I start using the hammer, I will break my table. So just I show you the result, that the metal becomes flat and jewelry looks more professional and more interesting. And the surface which I squeezed by hammer, I polished it. It's also very needed, just to make it shiny and avoid scratchings. So now I start winding, as I already shown you, 2 by 2. So 2 loops around both wires and 2 loops around one wire. So, and I'm moving like that up to the bead itself. So you see, I'm keep on going to wind around all the surface of wires, and I will leave a little bit space between winding and bead, around maybe 2-3 millimeters. So I'm not going to show you all the process, I will finish it a bit later because I think you understand what I mean. So another part of the wire I will show you later what to do about that. So we will finish around here. And this tail is not cotton, so just keep it. We will need it. And now let's take care about the other element. So we'll need one wire and the short piece of other wire. And now I'll make a loop. So here we are. And now I'm pressing by my fingers on the wire and turning it around the bead itself. Just by my fingers, I'm not using any tools. Just let me do it and I will show you the result. It's very simple. I'm turning it around and the wire comes besides the hook and a little bit up like this. Very simple. The wire should not touch the bead too much. I don't need it. So don't press too hard. And now what I'm doing, just I'm turning the small piece of wire around my hook I made first next to the bead. Just I need to make one loop. So like that. And squeeze it by the pliers. It's not really easy to do because the wire can slide down. If it happens, just open the hook, then fix the wires and close the hook again. Press the wires by pliers just to make it flat. You see? Just let me finish the job because it's a little bit needs a bit of patience, not for the camera, just to make it accurate. It's not a difficult process, but need a little bit patience and move with the pliers very slowly to not scratch everything. The main idea that these loops must be fixed properly. The wires must not slide. So that's what we have. Now we have middle end and right and left ends of the wires. So the left and right ones should go up and meet with the middle one in the center. Do it slowly and just correct it with your fingers. My wires were not really straight, so I will need to work about that with the tools as well. Just better if from the beginning your wires would be straight without damages. The quality of jewelry depends on it a lot. So if they're straight, you don't need to use tools too much, which are also damaging the surface of copper. So they're coming up and they meet in the center now. A very easy action. There must be space between the wire which comes around the bead and both wires we put up right now. I mean, so they must not touch each other. So now we use the one piece of wire, this one from the left as you see, and I'm using it to turn it around and fix two other wires together. It's just to fix them properly. And one more thing, when you will make another earring, just make sure about that they're symmetrical. So like in the mirror. So if you start with the bead from left to the right, another one should come from right to the left when you start turning the wire around this pink bead. So that's what I mean. So make sure that both earrings look symmetrical. So now you see how I'm fixing them together. Great! So the longest one goes to back side and returns to the hook for earrings, ear hooks I mean, and the other short one comes to the front, and I will make a tiny hook just for decoration, and that's all. The element is ready. Yeah, so you can use it as earring itself without anything else, or maybe you can add a small bead on the tiny hook down there. So then I will fix this end. I will just cut it off. And you see here is the hook, which is very comfortable. So I finished my first element, as you see, and I didn't touch the tail. So this element also can be used as the earrings. In that case you would need to make a longer tail, 3-4 centimeters more. So just move the wires down, now up, hold them by all fingers on both hands, and now turning it around the bead, press it hard for a good fixation. Sometimes you will need to fix them by pliers in the start, but try to not do that. So, and as a spiral, just turning it around the bead, and the place where I use the hammer, I mean the drop and in the end, it's rather rough, so just be careful with your fingers, but use your fingers just to turn it around the bead and just press it hardly to the stone. It must not move. Well, so that's why we need a tail. The tail we're going to use to make a hook, just to connect our elements together. If this wire would be longer, you could just make a hook and use it as earring, like that. But I will make a hook. I could cut it a little bit and make a small loop, but I'm going to connect it with my second element and turn the wire around just for a good fixation. It depends on you. Just let me show you the result then. Just I'm turning the end of the wire around my hook, around my loop. I mean, just to make this connection not opening. You can make opening connection, just cut it a little bit and make a accurate loop like on the eye head pins, so it doesn't matter. when you are using the 0.75 mm wire, it's perfect for ear hooks. Don't use the thicker wire. It's not good for your ears. First of all, very painful, and not all women can wear the thick hooks. And this thickness is perfect. And I like this hook connections because they're not moving, and when the heavy long earrings are not sliding in the area of hook, it's not so hurting. So that's why I like it. And actually I stopped using ear hooks I bought in the store. I make them by my own. So that's how it looks like. After patination and polishing, it will look much more interesting. Think about the symmetry and make your second earring symmetrical. And after polishing, enjoy the result, and it will look charming and beautiful in the end. So watch it up on the pictures. So I could make some wind in here as well, but I didn't want to make this lesson too much difficult for today. But you can decorate it as well. And also you can use these elements separately as the earrings themselves. So this was the lesson from Serena. I wish you best luck about that. Just give me some thumbs up if it's not difficult for you. So, and just try to create something same charming as these ones. Okay, see you next time in the next lesson. And get ready for the new tutorial. See you then, cheers!